There is more at issue than just surveys and statistics, because the census is more about just an accurate count. It's about how our government is organized and how our power is equally divided. It's also about the equal distribution of funds. Fundamentally, the census is a measure we use to deliver on one of our nation's core tenets, and that is the promise of fairness. And fairness means that assistance reaches those who need it the most. It means that communities have an equal representation in government. It means that no group or neighborhood is marginalized. And for this reason, it is imperative that we challenge the addition of the citizenship question to the 2020 census, and that the 2020 census be accurate.
This case, this question, are you a citizen? It's not about a line on a form. It's about whether or not everyone in America counts. The government's own estimate is that putting this question on the census is going to cause 6.5 million people not to respond. They're just going to vanish from our nation's population count. Just to put that in perspective, it would be like if our 18th largest state just went poof. It will so severely damage the accuracy of the census that 6 states are at risk of losing a seat in the House of Representatives: California, Florida, Texas, Arizona, Illinois, and of course New York. It's a pillar of our constitutional structure to get the count right. Today's argument is the first step in that, because no matter what the court decides, it's on all of us to make sure that the census is accurate next year and that every community receives the representation and the resources that it's entitled to.
The census is supposed to count everyone. It's supposed to enumerate, count everyone, and be as accurate as possible. And this is important because our representation is based on the census numbers. So if you're not counted, you're not represented.
Adding that particular citizenship question could lead to the undercounting in communities across America, particularly in immigrant communities and Hispanic communities. It would mean that communities entitled to resources wouldn't get those resources. It would deny certain communities of equal representation. And so in the interest of fairness, in the interest of upholding this quintessential American promise, we are obligated to ensure the most accurate count in the 2020 census. And as such, we must use every tool at our disposal, in our arsenal, to fight to protect its integrity.